So welcome to the session on the type species Columba livia, where we'll be detailing on the morphology and anatomical features of the type species. And here we will be learning the systematic position. Here you can see that Columba livia comes under the class Aves, subclass Neornithus, superorder Neonathae, order Columbiformis, family Columbidae, and genus Columba with the specific name livia. And this particular species was discovered by or studied first published by Melling in 1789. So this is a species in the natural habitat, and you can see that the Columba livia, it is the blue rock pigeon, and it lives in ledges, fissures and holes of rocks, forts, old buildings and side walls of wells, and it prefers to live in those places of towns and cities which have plenty of coarse grains because they are granivorous. Thus, their favorite resorts include big buildings, go-downs, grain markets, temples, mosques, churches, tombs, railway stations, office buildings, etc. And they never nest on trees. Usually, the nesting is also found in the holes and crevices of forts and old buildings. The pigeons are timid, harmless, gregarious in habit. Gregarious in the sense they usually flock together in groups. And during breeding season, solitary couples make simple, flat, and artless, that is, it's not so creative, nest of small sticks and thin roots at all sorts of places where there is some shelter from rain and sun. The eggs are laid in these nests, and further development also occurs there. During winter, the pigeons collect into flocks which may be composed of several hundreds of individuals. These pigeons are widely distributed in Palearctic and Oriental regions, uh, and the ones found in India, it is the Columba livia, and it is having like a Columba livia intermedia because of the smaller and darker rays, and it occurs throughout India. Regarding the shape of the body, you can see it is spindle shaped and fusiform, meant for or adapted for rapid movement through air. Except for the eyes and the you can see the feet, which are pink in color. The rest of the body, mainly it is slaty gray in color with glistening metallic green and purple sheen on the upper breast and around the neck. The wing has typical two black bars. Uh, the bilaterally symmetrical and compactly set body of pigeon, it is divisible into four regions: the head region, the neck, you can see the neck, head, neck, then this part, it is the trunk, and you have the tail region. Okay, so these are the four major parts of the body, and all these body divisions are perfectly covered with a close covering of feathers which are directed backward and overlapping one another. The head, it is small, rounded, and it is movable or mobile. The beak, the head in front, it is provided with a short pointed beak or bill, and this is formed by the elongation of upper jaw and comparatively smaller lower jaw. And the beak, it is provided or ensheathed by rhamphotheca or horny sheath. The jaws, just like any neonathae or the modern birds, they don't have any teeth. They lack teeth. The terminal mouth is guarded by horny beaks and form a wide gap. The nostrils, the base of the upper beak, uh, you can see there are a pair of nostrils, and here you can see there is a structure known as seed. Okay, the seed, or it is otherwise referred as operculum. It is actually a patch of naked, whitish, swollen area of soft skin, and this overhangs the nostrils. Okay, uh, on either side, on the lateral sides of the head, you can see it's a large eye, and the eyes are round, guarded by upper and lower eyelids and a transparent nictitating membrane. And the nictitating membrane can be drawn across the eyeball from the anterior upper corner of the eye. Okay, uh, the eyelids lack eyelashes and eyebrows. The below and behind the corner of the eye, you can see the ear opening, external ear opening, which leads to a short tube, the external auditory meatus, and it is closed by the tympanic membrane. And these apertures are hidden under special auricular feathers. The feathers over here which covers the external ear opening, it is known as auricular feathers. Okay. Then coming to the neck region, the neck is long, flexible, and it is well demarcated from head and trunk below. And this helps in handling of food and compensates the forelimbs which have modified into wings. The trunk region, it is elaborate, compact and spindle shaped, bearing a prominent keel at its ventral line, mid-ventral line, and there occurs a large transversely elongated cloacal aperture on the ventral surface at the junction of the tail with the trunk. Okay, the tail is otherwise referred as the uropygium. Okay, the trunk bears two pairs of pentadactyl limbs, where the first pair is formed, it is modified to form the wings, while the hind limb it is maintained as legs. Okay. In the case of wings, you can see two forelimbs are modified into powerful organs of flight, and each wing remains attached high on the anterolateral side of the trunk. Each wing is elongated, flattened, distally pointed with its longitudinal axis at right angles to that of the trunk. And it can be folded close to the body in the form of the letter Z during rest and extended during the flight. Wings show, here you can see in this figure, okay, this part, the forelimb is modified to wings. So when all the feathers are removed, the defeathered bird, okay, so when the feathers are removed, the forelimb looks like this. And here you can see that is what you call the wing can have three typical divisions of the forelimb. There is a upper arm. Okay, upper arm, it is referred as the brachium. The lower arm or the forearm, it is the antebrachium, and the hand or the manus. Okay, so these three are the so you have the brachium, antebrachium, and manus, or the upper arm, forearm, and the hand. So these three are the typical divisions of the forelimb, right? And all these are closely bound together by skin. The manus or the hand, it bears three digits. You can see that the digit 1, the third, the 2, 3. Okay, so 3 digits are there on the what you call the manus, and they are imperfectly marked, does not clearly differentiated, and they are clawless. They don't have any claws. Obviously, the second is the largest. Obviously, you can see the second is the largest. Okay. So this is about the forelimb structure. On the anterior border of the limb, you can see a fold of skin that stretches from the upper arm of the forelimb, and this is known as the prepatagium or alar membrane. So this is a skin fold which extends or stretches between the upper arm and the trunk region. Okay, this is the prepatagium, or it is otherwise known as alar membrane, and a similar fold but smaller one extends from the posterior margin of the upper arm. This is known as the postpatagium. Okay, it extends between the proximal portion of the upper arm and the trunk, and it is referred as the postpatagium. So this is all about the what you call the wing or the forelimb. Now regarding the hind limb, the hind limbs or legs arise somewhat anteriorly from the trunk to balance and support the entire weight of the body while at rest. And each hind leg, it comprises three parts. You can see here the thigh, the shank, and the foot. Yeah, foot or pes. Okay, so the thigh, shank, and foot or pes forms the three parts of the leg. The thigh is short, closely bound to the trunk and directed downward and forwards. You can see it is downward and forwards, while the shank, it is long, extends from the knee downwards and backwards. The foot is clearly divisible into tarsometatarsus, this is a portion, tarsometatarsus, and 4 digits. Okay, one is directed backward, obviously. The digits are long and clawed. The first digit, it is the hallux. Okay, it is directed backward. The remaining second, third, and fourth digits are extended forward. The legs are efficient organs for perching and locomotion with long toes and curved like claws. Okay. Now regarding the tail, tail is otherwise referred as a uropygium. You can see here. Okay, so it is visible mainly when the feathers are removed. So after the removal of the feathers, the true tail can be seen, and it is a short conical projection of the trunk. It is which otherwise referred as the Europygium. Now it bears a group of elongated tail feathers. You can see the tail feathers over here, and these are known as the rectrices. I hope it is clear to you. Rectrices. These are the tail feathers. On the dorsal surface of the Europygium, sorry, on the dorsal surface of the Europygium is a papilla bearing on its like summit or the end, distal end, an opening of an oil gland or a preen gland, or it is otherwise known as coccygeal gland. Okay, and this is only integumentary or cutaneous gland found in the birds, and its oily secretion it is used for lubricating the feathers and the beak. Okay, so it makes them waterproof and also provides a shining appearance. It produces a specific recognition scent as well, and actually this what do you call is transformed by when exposed on feathers. It is actually transformed by sunlight to vitamin D. So the tail with its feathers is used as a rudder during flight, and while perching, it is used as a balancer. Okay, so that is regarding the tail. So I hope it is clear, right? Morphology. We saw the morphological characters, the features, external features, and when it is defeathered, we saw the structure of the forelimb, hind limb, and the tail. Okay, so this is all about the morphological features of Columba livia. Fine, thank you.